we can interpret muscle oxygen data, we need to get one thing right: placement. If the sensor is not placed correctly, the data won't mean what you think it means. In this video, we'll cover two things: the basic muscle anatomy and how to place the sensor properly. When we use NIRS, we are measuring oxygenation in the microvasculature of a specific muscle. That means we are measuring the arterioles, the capillaries, and the venules inside the muscle tissue itself. We are not measuring whole body oxygen uptake, your heart rate, or your lung function. We are measuring what happens locally inside the muscle. Placement determines which muscle you are actually analyzing. A muscle is not one uniform structure. It has a muscle belly, tendons at each end, different fiber orientations, and surrounding fascia. For accurate measurements, we want the center of the muscle belly. We don't want to measure the tendon, or near a joint, or overlapping between two muscles. If you place the sensor too close to a tendon, the signal becomes unstable. If you place the sensor in between two muscles, you don't know which one you're actually measuring. 4 key rules for sensor placement. Rule number 1. Place the sensor on the muscle belly. Place the sensor approximately at the center of the muscle. For bigger muscles, you're a bit more flexible, but keep this in mind for smaller muscles, for example in the lower arm. Rule number 2. Avoid edges. Stay away from tendon insertions, muscle borders, or visible facial transitions. Rule number 3. Secure contact. The sensor must sit flat against the skin. No air gaps, no loose straps, but also not too tight. It should feel comfortable. No movement. There are two main applications for the TRAIN.RED patch. It functions as an adhesive if you want to measure on the chest, for example the lower back, but it also works as a light blocker, protecting your sensor against ambient light. Rule number 4. Consistency. If you test repeatedly, placement must be consistent. In a research setting where everything is standardized, when measuring the VL, scientists use bony landmarks and place the sensor typically on the lower third of the distance between your greater trochanter on the hip and the lateral epicondyle on the knee. In my own daily training, I place the sensors, for example, under the elastic band of my cycling shorts. NIRS measures just a few centimeters deep into the tissue. If you place the sensor on a muscle with a fat layer in front of it, signal amplitude may decrease. That doesn't mean the muscle is not working, or it doesn't mean that the sensor is not working. It simply means that the sensor cannot reach the muscle. Therefore, you must always interpret the data with respect to the body composition of your subject, your athlete, or yourself, of course. To summarize, good placement means you're measuring the middle of the muscle belly, stable contact, and repeatable positioning. If placement is wrong, interpretation will become much more difficult. In the next video, we will explain what the numbers actually mean.